The senior class this year is a pretty hip class. Not as hip as our class, but pretty hip.
Alright, Lizzie, how would you describe Emily Bell?
Emily Bell.
Emily Bell. Emily Bell is just a beautiful person inside out. She's funny, she's really helpful, and she's just an awesome person.
Well, she's in a band.
She's in Odds of an Afterthought. Apparently she plays the piano. I've never seen her play the piano though, so you never know about that.
I cheered with Emily.
And she has really pretty hair.
Well, like everybody always is like, who's that girl? Because I love her hair and she's so pretty.
I love to see her smiling face every day.
She's super pretty and she's always just super nice. Emily Bell is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met.
She's really sweet and caring.
She has a great sense of style, and she's always fun to talk to and really uplifting.
She'll do a lot of random things, like we'll be sitting in Britlet and she'll just randomly start talking.
She's like my twin and muscles and muscles. My sophomore year, she said she was doing cheerleading and I was really excited, but then she didn't, and it was a bummer.
One time at Heritage Days, her band was playing and she had some jewelry set out, so my sister and I watched her jewelry for her while she was singing.
Cool story. So Ryan, how would you describe Brady Childs?
I don't know.
Can you tell me anything about Brady Childs?
Brady.
He's a TA in anatomy.
He's a strong looking guy.
Well, he comes to anatomy class sometimes. He's really good at mixing stuff for our anatomy class.
He drops things a lot. Mrs. Evans likes him.
And he's in my chemistry class, semester 2.
He's a tough guy, but on the inside, you know, he's a very, very warm heart.
And I think he plays football.
Brady's a great guy. I played football with him.
Brady is a very funny individual who really likes to make people laugh.
He'd always go like as fast as he can. One time he got a sack on someone, and he stayed around, and like as soon as the kid started getting up, Brady pushed him back down to the ground.
You know, one time, I said something to him and he said, "Mark, I'm gonna punch you in the gullet." And you know, I said, "Brady, why would you say that?" And he said, "I don't know. I don't even know what a gullet is."
So are there any funny things you've seen Brady do throughout the years at Bethany?
Drop things in Mrs. Evans' room.
Okay, what about Connor Depius?
Connor Depius. Oh, what a fellow.
Oh, Connor,
He's really, really smart.
Yeah, he's extremely crazy at the same time.
Well, I've known Connor for a very long time. I've known Connor since he was a wee little lad.
He knows a lot about absolutely everything there is to know. You can ask him about any question you want, and he'll have either a really good answer or a really awesome response.
He's probably going to win a Nobel Prize before the rest of us even graduate from college.
He's very passionate about what he believes in.
Connor's really opinionated, and I really don't know how to handle that, so.
Here's your quotable. Connor is being the one who saves us all one day. So pay your respects to Connor.
Are there any funny stories you have between you and your brother? Do you have any funny stories that you can tell us about Connor?
A funny story about Connor. What would I say? Funny story.
I always say hi to Connor in the hall, and he always says hi back, so that's good.
You are a passionate individual, and I love it.
He's just very intelligent.
He's a good brother.
Is there anything you can tell me about Courtney Friedrich? Courtney Friedrich.
Courts.
She's cool.
Courtney Friedrich. She's always very friendly. She will always say hello to you in the hallway.
Courtney Friedrich. Oh man.
I did cheerleading with her, and she's fun and crazy.
She's always very opinionated. That's a good thing.
I cheered with Courtney and I played softball with Courtney.
What was Courtney's favorite cheer?
She's really welcoming and encouraging and love to talk to her.
We've had lots of chats about dance and stuff like that, and she's always super uplifting and always listens to my problems too. 1, we are the Eagles. 2, a little bit louder. 3, I still can hear you. 4 more. Okay, I'm done.
Me and her go way back. I remember sometime this past year we had lunch duty together. She only showed up for one day.
Logan Greeley?
No, he's really tall.
How would you describe Logan Greeley?
Logan Greeley.
He's interesting. One time at fall retreat, we bonded over goats because I wanted the name of our team to be Goats.
I used to ride with him to baseball all the time. Pretty good times in his old car.
Well, he plays the drums very, very well and very loud.
We were late like every day, you know, coach didn't like that.
So him and my aunt are kind of a thing. So yeah. Logan is dating Laura. Well, he likes Laura.
Well, I hear he's gonna be a screamer in his band, so that's pretty awesome.
What is one word you would use to describe Logan's personality?
I feel like it'd be more like a screamo noise or something.
Can you tell me anything about Logan Greeley?
He has a lot of hair.
Ryan, is there anything you want to say about Sam Hagen?
No.
What about Sam Hagen?
Sam Hagen. Sam Hagen.
Sam is a leader.
He is definitely one of the most humble people, if not like the most humble person in the world.
Okay, I love Sam Hagen so much. He just has this air about him that makes everybody respect him.
Can you tell me one word you'd use to describe Sam Hagen?
One word, Sam Hagen.
Superman.
He's a stud.
Mysterious.
Very humble and an awesome basketball player.
And I love his attitude towards life and everything, and I just really respect him a lot.
Sam's just a great guy. He's so humble.
He shares his views when he wants them to be shared, but he is not an overtly talkative individual. He keeps that aura of mystery and awe.
I play year-round sports with him, soccer, basketball, track.
And he's really good at basketball. He's really good at sports.
He's good at everything he does.
I school him in every one of them.
You still gotta go to Wendy's sometime, Sam. I'm looking forward to it.
And he's really nice. I've never heard him say anything bad, so I've never really heard him talk.
Now, how would you describe Natalie Hasselblad? Natalie Hasselblad.
Oh, Natalie. Really nice, always got a smile on her face, and she's very sincere and very kind.
Do you have any funny stories that you've had with Natalie in the past few years?
She threw a sandwich at me during volleyball practice, but I didn't even know her.
In elementary school, we were together and we would do stuff on the playground, so I remember playing on the playground with her.
I feel like I should have something to say here, considering how long she's gone to Bethany, but I can't think of anything to say.
I love Natalie's laugh, and I love how she's always happy and very kind towards others.
She's kind of a jerk, but in a good way. She's fun, you know. Yeah, I don't know.
She's really kind and encouraging and really fun to talk to, and a great listener, and I love seeing her when she's around at Bethany.
She always does this with her hair.
All right, can you tell me anything about Jordan Havlick?
Jordan Havlick. That man is a legend.
Well, he played the clarinet. I hope he still plays the clarinet. I haven't seen him play the clarinet in a long time.
I did choir with him for a couple of years, and me and Mark would always say Jordan is the line leader of the choir.
In elementary school, he used to always wear Spider-Man clothes. I remember that. He wears shorts a lot. He always matches his clothes.
Some people say they bleed purple because they're, big Vikings fans. Jordan bleeds purple because that's the only color he ever wears.
So whenever I see Jordan, first I say, hey, nice purple shirt, and then I say, Jordan, you're the line leader.
He's a great guy. It seems like every day we meet in the bathroom at the same time. I don't know how that happens.
One time, he gave me a compliment for wearing purple. That's how much he loves purple.
Well, he's a pretty hip guy. You never know what he's gonna do next. Beard, no beard.
I know he definitely likes that goatee he's going for. It's nice. I don't think anybody else goes those.
Jordan can grow a beard so fast, it's crazy. You should see him right now. It's looking pretty good.
He's quite the fellow. I feel like one day he could be like the star of his own action movie.
What about our man, Aaron Hennick?
What can you tell me about Aaron Hennick?
Oh!
Aaron.
He's one of the most interesting people I've ever met.
I've been in the play with him for a couple years now, and he's just really good at that.
I like his hair.
He has the best style ever, and he's a great chaplain, and he's really funny. I enjoy it. I went to elementary school with Aaron. He was my little pig in Charlotte's Web. We bonded over that.
He's a man of few words, but when he does speak, it's always very profound.
He's always been one of the funniest guys I've known. Aaron is a super awesome man of God, and he's really good at leading in a quiet way, but he's good at it.
He always surprises me. You never know what he's going to do next, what he's going to reveal about his illustrious family or his illustrious talents next. He is always bursting with surprise.
Loves Jesus.
If you could use one word to describe Aaron's personality, what would it be?
Aaron Hennick. I think the Lord's just doing good things in Aaron.
Unique!
I just use Aaron Hennick as to describe Aaron Hennick.
How would you explain to someone who has never met Michaela Jelinski what she's like?
Well, that is a very good question.
What about Michaela Jelinski?
Oh man, Michaela Jelinski.
She's always looking for a good time. She's really nice and funny. Michaela tells the best stories you will ever hear. She has the best laugh when she tells them, so it makes it so much better. Michaela's just hilarious. I don't know how to describe her. She makes everything funny, even if it's not funny. She's hilarious. Like, everything she says, literally, you can just cry laughing. Yeah, it's kind of like a witch laugh.
She always has an opinion. But you never quite can say what's going to come out of her mouth next. Usually it's something very entertaining.
So if there's one word you could use to describe Michaela, what would it be?
Boisterous.
Hysteric in a good way.
I don't know if you can sum up Michaela Jelinski in one word.
She played the White Witch in the school play last year, and she did an excellent job.
She doesn't like to do anything but shop and go to tropical places.
But she was always having like panic attacks backstage, even like on the night of the play, because she was never confident that she could remember her lines. And she was like, what am I going to do? I can't remember my lines. Did I say it right? Oh no!
Geener!
I like to think that I was there the first time her and Andrew had a connection when he was talking about how his body odor smells like taco meat.
Louis, how would you describe Kennedy Kasparic?
Kennedy.
KK.
Kennedy Kasparic? Have you heard of him?
Loser.
Well, Kennedy Kasparic, he's a wild, unpredictable guy.
He's our student council president.
He is a leader.
A great leader, very godly.
He's a really good leader, good at commanding a room.
He is very, very commanding. He's a good leader. He keeps the masses under control.
He's super hipster, I feel like. They're always going downtown, and he's just super, like, with his skinny jeans.
He is quite the guy. He's always very hip, very suave.
He's always out there. Really energetic. Sometimes very, very energetic.
He's just always super nice, and he's just a really cool guy.
Always bringing a party with him wherever he's going.
Part of the party boys.
And let's just say he's not a very good driver.
In soccer, a couple years ago, he made me push his car.
It took him like 2 weeks to respond to one of my texts once.
Not just me, but
he lives at my house.
a couple people, we were pushing his car around the field, He's just kind of wild like that.
Well, he came over to my house one time with other people. And you did it. This was before like I went to Bethany, so.
All right. Can you tell me anything about Hee-Min Kim?
Hee-Min.
What about Hee-Min Kim?
Oh, she's the little Asian girl that lives in my basement. I like to tell people that.
She's really nice and sweet and sarcastic.
Sassy.
She was in Chinese 3 for a little bit. That was so fun.
I loved having Chinese class with her. That was really fun.
She like quit out Chinese though.
Hee-Min was in Chinese, but then she quit, so I don't like Hee-Min very much.
Hee-Min's really sweet, and she's been there for me at times, and I really appreciate that.
She's really sweet and kind and encouraging. Hee-Min is so nice and so wonderful, and she's so funny and sassy, and she's like really boom, and then she's like, I'm just kidding.
She has a really nice sense of style. Hee-Min and I share a favorite TV show. We both love Grey's Anatomy, but she's Asian, so she doesn't understand a lot of it.
Is there a quirky thing that not everybody knows about Hee-Min?
She's Korean.
Not everyone knows that.
Not everybody knows that.
She has like a laugh that she does at school and stuff, but then when we're at home and I say something really funny, she just dies of laughter.
Can you give us an example of what the Hee-Min laugh looks like?
And when Hee-Min first came to school here, she used to swear a lot. She didn't know she was swearing, but she would just walk down the hallway and swear. And ha ha ha! She's got a potty mouth.
Can you tell me about Taylor Cook at all?
Taylor Cook.
Taylor Cook.
Taylor, he's a really nice guy, really smart kid.
I couldn't figure out how to say your name for like 5 years, so.
Cook. Same thing.
Taylor is a very sarcastic guy, you know. He likes to make some pretty sarcastic jokes when, you know, you catch you off guard a little bit.
Never quite know what he's going to think, or what I'm going to think about him, or what he's going to think about me, or what he's going to think about anything else.
He always provides me with like good drinks.
We're always heating food up together at the microwaves.
Taylor, you know, he'd always make fun of me. Rightly so, because I was not very good at soccer.
I think it was, we were playing West Lutheran.
I often hear him in political debates with Connor and other political minded individuals.
There's a little incident that went down inside Jim.
He's always critically thinking.
He knows. He does well.
He crashed his grandpa's Lexus. That's a pretty cool thing that not many kids can say they've done.
Alright, can you tell me anything about Caleb Lapham?
Caleb Lapham.
Caleb, he's got a great gift from God for doing worship, and he's just a really nice person.
The way he can lead an audience and bring them into an atmosphere of worship for Christ is incredible.
He's very good. He plays the guitar, he plays the bass, he sings. He's like a one-man band.
Really great musician. Very musically talented, and I really appreciate his leadership on worship rights.
He's late to worship band a lot. He's late like every week to worship band.
He's a really good singer.
He's also on the student council. He's pretty quiet on the student council.
And just his leadership and his people skills is just great.
I don't know if he's ever said anything on the student council.
At first, I thought Caleb, I wasn't really sure when he first came if he went to our school because he played the guitar as well. I thought he was just the worship leader.
What can you tell me about Andrew Laren?
Andrew Laren.
The Lair Bear.
You never know what Andrew Laren is going to do. He is like the ultimate enigma.
He's really good at praying and spoken words. Those are pretty sick.
But he loves his poetry, but he's also an amazing actor. He's done the play like forever.
He's a fantastic poet. He writes lots of poetry.
I really enjoy his poems about his relationship with God.
Well, we've been in the play together.
He always gets the best parts in the play because he's like our own Tom Cruise. Yep, he's like our Tom Cruise.
He was my uncle in Charlotte's Web. Or no, he was my dad.
I've known him forever, and we have the same name, so sometimes we get each other confused.
We had a little hug on stage.
If you could use one word to describe Andrew Laren's personality, what would it be?
Inspiring.
He's a hugger.
You know, Laren will walk around, you know, give you that firm embrace, and you know, Sometimes, he'll give you a little spank afterwards. That one you don't ask for most of the time.
It's just, he's really encouraging the way he does that.
He always gives the boys back massages.
He loves to give back massages.
Laren always gives me back massages in class.
You see him giving lots of back massages.
He gives me back massages whenever I want one, which is great.
Aaron always gives me back massages.
I hear he gives really good back massages.
Most of the time.
I don't know.
Have you asked for it before, Mark?
No, I've never asked for a spank from Larry.
Can you tell me anything about Zach Larson?
Zach Larson.
Me and Zach Larson have gone to school together for a long time.
One time Zach Larson made me cookies and they were really good.
Zach's just he's a funny guy. He makes a lot of jokes.
Chocolate chip. Zach Larson makes delicious chocolate chip cookies.
I think my cousin used to have a crush on him.
Man, he likes hockey.
He's in my study session and him and Helgi are always talking hockey together.
I was on C team with him.
He plays basketball too. He loves to pop the tray.
He always liked to chuck up those 3-pointers.
Ryan, can you tell me anything about Andrew Newsma?
Definitely not.
Can you tell me anything about Andrew Newsma?
Andrew Newsma.
Oh man, Andrew Newsma.
Andre the News.
Andre.
One time I rode home with you in your car with my brother.
He's always the other Andrew.
I used to boss him around a lot when I was younger. Kind of mean to him.
I ride to football with Andrew in the fall every day, and me and him, we did workouts over the summer together.
He's a funny guy. He likes to tell some crazy stories, whether they're true or not. We never know. Me and Riri, sometimes we're a little, shocked with the things he says, but, they make us laugh, so it's all right.
And he told me a lot of crazy stories in the ar, let me tell you. Some of them are just, I don't even believe them, but hey, that's Andrew for you.
I never hear from him, hardly ever see him. But I always hear about him through Michaela Jelinski.
It's Michaela's boyfriend.
His mom is really nice. Shout out to Sharisa. Woo! Well, he rocks the flow, but Noah's flow is better.
You know what it is.
We always have these bets before practice of who's going to make more bad throws. Usually Andrew loses. You can ask anyone.
Always a little aggressive. He's always shoving people around in the hallways.
He plays football.
He always beats me up.
But you show him up, don't you?
I sometimes break it up when he starts bullying people. I de-bully him.
Do you know any quirky things about Andrew?
He's dating Michaela.
Joey Nutting.
Joey is a solid guy.
Oh, the maniac man.
He has a nice pair of shoes that I know he's proud of.
I love Joey's enthusiasm for life. I love that he's so happy all the time. His faith is very evident in his life.
Well, he's just awesome. He's just a godly man. He's so fun to hang around with, and he's just awesome. Great drummer.
Definitely has a heart for people and a heart for the Lord.
He's kind of like Tigger because he's like.
One word you use to describe his personality.
Spunky.
Outgoing.
He's very passionate.
And he definitely really likes to groove out in bands.
Good drummer.
When Joey's around, like the party just kind of follows him.
Mr. Arneson sometimes get a little too angry when he kind of jams out.
And he works at everything as hard as he can.
Well, Vanessa Quinones.
Quinones?
Can you say anything about Vanessa?
Vanessa. I love Vanessa.
Yeah, she gives me a ride in the morning every day.
She's been really encouraging, and playing soccer with her has been really fun. Vanessa's crazy.
She's so cute and so funny.
Okay, if you could use one word to describe Vanessa's personality, what would it be?
Can I use more than one word?
She is my soccer pal for life.
Is flamboyant a good word?
I love hearing her laugh all the time and how much joy she brings to everyone around her.
The only person I ever met who had a Q for their last initial.
She loves Jesse McCartney.
She loves church a lot. She's in love with Disney movies.
Alright, do you have any funny stories from you and Vanessa's time together?
Can I tell a story about the drugs?
This year at soccer, she took some pain meds and they made her a little crazy.
One time, she confessed to us that she's actually in love with Christian Myers.
one time during soccer seaon where the duration of the soccer game, she said Christian Meyer's name 47 times. Scored 4 goals for Christian.
She was on a lot of drugs.
Alright, how would you describe Rachel Rock?
Rachel Rock. That's like an awesome last name. I wish I had a last name of Rock.
Rachel Rock. I love Rachel. She's awesome. Rachel Rock is so sweet and so nice.
We're actually twins, in case anybody was wondering. She is a fighter. She's been through a lot, but she's just got a great attitude. She is so strong, and even though she has so many injuries, she's really She's awesome and really fun to hang out with. She's really funny, actually. You get to know her, she's really funny.
She just always says kind things about everyone, and she always just keeps going through everything.
What can you tell me about Madeline Ruff?
She has really long eyelashes.
Alright, what about Madeline Ruff?
I don't know.
Mad Dog Ruff.
Mad Dog.
She is one of the funniest people ever.
Mad Dog is great because...
Madeline Ruff?
The daughter of the famous Mrs. Ruff of science fame.
Madeline and we're softball buddies. We hang out in the outfield together.
I love being around Madeline during volleyball. Like a well-rounded girl. Like she's the girl I think of. She's really pretty, really smart.
She's a really good storyteller out in the middle of the softball field.
What? Your girlfriend?
Oh.
She tells really, really awesome stories.
She's really funny and she's really nice to everyone. She is always so joyful and she has the best attitude.
I got nothing.
Alright, can you tell me anything about Bethany Senior?
She loves Gossip Girl.
She loves Gossip Girl. I think everyone knows that. That's pretty obvious.
She loves to run.
I wish she had done the play this year. Everybody missed her.
She's really kind, and I love playing soccer with her too and gotten to know her that way.
She's really nice and motherly.
She's very nice. She'll probably go on to be like a minister of softness or something.
One time, Bethany Senior almost hit Mr. Peters with her car.
I was her therapist in 7th grade.
She thinks that she's dauntless, but she's not. Whenever she laughs, she cries and sobs, and that's super funny.
Steph will tell stories, and she'll just start crying out of nowhere.
And I always call her Bethany Senior. She always calls me Andy Willie.
And she loves hanging out with me, of course, too.
It's just a thing we have in our relationship.
Ryan, would you like to say anything about Bethany Senior?
I'm okay.
Can you tell me anything about Peter Sheehan?
Mr. Sheehan.
Peter's great.
Peter's one of my really good friends. I've gone to Bethany with him forever.
Peter's a good guy, strong. Played soccer with him for a few years.
I guess he's pretty strong.
The brave and the bold leader of the National Honor Society.
Peter's definitely a leader.
McDonald's before soccer games. Watch the girls' games.
We've been to almost every Bethany event together. He's super awesome. I've known him for a long time too.
Perkins sometimes.
I don't know why, whenever I see Peter, I always talk in this voice. LP!
This prom will be our 100th dance together.
He plays like every sport on the face of the earth.
He's just a really great guy.
Super sports star.
Really great Christian, and he's always wanting to listen and talk and hang out with everyone. He loves Jesus.
I don't know. I don't know these things. Why do you ask me these things? I wouldn't know.
You're Andrew Williams.
I'm just studying this book. How would I know anything about Peter Sheehan?
What can you tell me about Carissa Vetch?
Carissa Vetch.
She's one of my good friends, and we've been friends since 7th grade.
She's very competitive, but in a good way.
Carissa definitely has helped me through volleyball and my attitude towards other teams.
We put together a lot of the homecoming invitations. Carissa is like the best captain ever.
That volleyball is more than just a sport. It's actually learning to work together and learning to respect others.
Can lighten up any room. Whenever I'm having a bad day, she can just come in, like give me a hug.
She basically will lift you up even when you're feeling down, even though she's feeling down too.
Actually, she's always friendly.
Fantastic. She's a really good leader, encourager.
She's a great leader and really kind and encouraging and smart.
She's such like a genuine person and she's really nice.
She has red hair.
Funny story about her.
Yep, she's got red hair. People with red hair are generally pretty hip.
Ginger.
In 7th grade, we were on the same basketball team, and we were running down the court, and she was nowhere near the ball.
I mean, you know Tilly, you know Evan. Tilly, Evan, Carissa. Sam Hagen.
And she just fell flat on her face.
The Redheaded League.
Carissa just loves saying scripture, and she's really good at writing scripture, and she knows it word for word.
Carissa loves Exodus chapter 3.
Hey, can you tell me a little bit about Conrad Wale Wallace?
Conrad.
Conrad Wallace, our resident troublemaker.
That guy is crazy.
Conrad is obnoxious.
It's great to be around Conrad. He always gets you pumped up.
And he loves like obnoxious dubstep music.
I used to go to McDonald's with him every once in a while. I still owe him 2 McChickens, I think, from soccer.
He loves to dance.
Over the summer, we played some Xbox together.
Everywhere you see him, Trouble is always following close behind.
He used to give you the dead eye. You know, he'd get really close to your face.
Crazy.
You talking to me, boy?
I actually try to run away from Conrad when I see him in the hallways because I'm afraid he'll give me the dead eye.
No, not the dead eye. And then he'd push into a trash can. You know, it was fun stuff. You know, we all had a good time. You know, it was all good and fun. You know.
Can you tell me anything about Samuel Wiegand?
Sam Wiegand.
Spunky.
He loves baseball, and I heard that his nickname is Samantha.
He also loves baseball. He's really into the stats and stuff. And you know, if you ever need a score of a game, you can walk up to Weeks and he'll have it for you.
Well, he's just a really kind and understanding guy.
He always says to me hi, you know, he always concerns about what's going on, and he's really nice.
He's just nice.
Easy to talk to.
Noah and I have this running joke.
He has an incredible ability to always have a t-shirt from the team that won the championship the year before.
Weeks is gonna come to school the next day wearing a shirt with the team that won.
He drives a Toyota Avalon.
The Giants win a championship, he's got a Giant shirt.
Whenever I talk to him, he's always in a good mood. He's always really complimentary, and he's always thinking positive. That's what I like about him.
I like his hair, I like his soccer skills, I like his McDonald's work, I like him. He's a very personable fellow.
Ryan, is there anything you can tell me about Sam Wiegand?
No.
Are you sure, Ryan? You haven't said a single thing about any of the seniors yet.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Return of the read. Get up. What it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to honor all the seniors that sitting in a chair and talking real vague. Get up. Straight up rap game spitting. Little bit of Hennick, little bit of Wallace. Talking about Rachel Rock can't stop me. No one can mope around Taylor Cocky. Yep. Bro, she's rocking. Banquets a party. Demons come a long way to watch it done Reed's way. Greeley music, he hits the drums and keeps the tones. Caleb singing all the songs, Ken and Pete turn it on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. They got that sound system too, they go the extra mile. Brady gets a sack and sticks around to push him down, but he does that to pass the torch to a man from B-Town. Trust me, his name is Joeynutting. He's hustling. Jason Weeks since he was 14, we got the weekends bustin'. Kids across the nation with that Larry Bear backseat caution. Laren's out here, nah, you can't tell you nothing. But give it to Zach Larson, he'll spread it across the country. Laren's out here, nah, you can't tell you nothing. But give it to Zach Larson, he'll spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back,
finesse. You can kick it, thank you. Scoring goals so graceful. Steph grew up really wanting Chuck Bass, but that's what you get when Gossip Girl raised you. Sammy can't stop, see. He goes hard in the paint and drops 3 in a heartbeat. Frederick's cheering to the beat like he gave a little heat to rile up Connor in debate week. Bah! He goes up, he's gone. Bruce could try, you got a world to see. Your girl Michaela, she wanna see Rome. Gina make you a believer. Andrew can't do without a comb. That hairstyle still got nothing on Carissa's. Natalie sings a song and it goes like, I raise my cam, Jordan's at this party. I come here to take pics while he isn't watching. I got my meta right beside me. Rough, she got me. Sit next to her in anatomy. Together we're marching.
We go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Wow. I mean, that about says it all right there.